Okay, so again, my name is Michael. I'm here as a host. You can think of me as the technical guy. I'm gonna join you here on the screen. Okay, so very thanks for gathering here. I'm glad we're here tonight to listen, as we said, about mental health challenges and reality that the immigrants in Poland face right now, which is a very actual topic. And without further ado, I'm going to give the voice to our experts and our prelegants because we have tonight with us Mr. Krzysztof Piersa, who is a therapist, a qualified therapist and publicist, and also Michalina Tańska, and she also is a publicist involved in a variety of social topics, and also Mariia and Yuliia, which are also from the immigrant community and are going to support us tonight in answering questions and maybe asking questions as well. Without further ado, the voice is yours, guys.
Okay.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Hello,
So
good
first of all-
evening.
Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah, it's very nice to see you here. So first of all, I would like to welcome everyone and thank you for coming. And thank you also like to take a chance to have to talk about this project and to take a part in it. So first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Michalina Tańska. I'm an illustrator, and I try to support Ukrainian society as much as I can through my drawings. I'm also a psychologist, so education, and empathy, are very important to me, and I try to use both values to run my Instagram account. And now I'd like to invite our guests to talk about a little bit about themselves. And let's start with I don't know whoever wants to start.
Like,
I can.
Okay, guys.
Okay.
Before we proceed to the discussion, if you could maybe all introduce yourselves, tell a few words about you, and then we have to tell our guests why we're here and a bit about the project that this event is a part of. So if we could proceed with the self presentations, and I'm going to steal just a little time from you and then give you full control from now on.
Okay, so my name is Chris. I'm a therapist. My specialization is internet and computer games addictions. On everyday topic, I spent a lot of time on studying how social media and how the internet itself manipulating us. I would like to apologize for my English because I know it's a little bit rough on the edges. So if you can't understand me, please just tell me. I will ignore that, but I will try my best. So I spend a lot of time looking on problems on the internet, how internet manipulating us, and it's I'm studying its impact on the society.
Okay, very well. I'd like to add that we are here as a part of the Inspire project, which is a project that we are collaborating on with our partners from the Czech Republic, the Spain also, and those partners are Nedomysleno Foundation from Prague and El Artra partner, which is the Spanish organization, and I'd like to tell you some most important details about those projects, because what we do there is we actually collaborate with artists from all over Europe in order to aid the understanding of the role of arts in mental health, in amongst, for example, patients of mental health institutions and many others. The Spanish partner also organizes the festival on their own, which we're going to be attending very soon. So I'm going to come back to this project after you. Sorry about this. After you tell us some more about why we're here, and maybe I'll add some insights that we managed to collect during our work so far. But for now, I'm going to give you back the voice, guys, and please continue. Thank you very much.
Okay, so maybe I will introduce myself. So let's start with introducing ourselves. It's a bit hard, you know, with those onlines. My name is Mariia Bakumenko. I'm actually a refugee, more like a refugee that became immigrant, because I came here in March of 2022. I'm from Kharkiv, and like I've had a life in Kharkiv before the war started, and I came here to find a job in 2022, and things came out this way that I decided to stay. And I'm an actress. I was studying acting right before the war started, and now I continue my studies and work here in Wrocław.
Okay, thanks. And Yuliia?
Okay, how I told, I'm not a refugee. I came to Poland earlier in 2018 to study in Ukrainian University, and I stayed after graduated. Yeah, I have some my experience about adaptation in new country, not just in Poland, but also I used to live on Malta, in Portugal. But yeah, the longest time I live in Poland. And also this year I was working in a food foundation. It was humanitarian foundation which works with refugees, and I faced with a lot of people who shared with me a lot of their problems, in particular the problems which concerned to our today's topic. So maybe I will be useful in this sense as well. And yeah, I'm an actress. Also, I'm an editing director. I graduated master degree in Yuliia University as a manager in culture and advertising manager. But my first education, Ukrainian education, was social pedagogy, something like this. So I was working a lot with social projects in Ukraine. And after I decided to change my field of work. That's why I came to Poland. Nice to see you, and from the very beginning I would like to thank you organizers for this initiative, because I know that it's very important, and it's very, very kind of you. Do not left Ukrainians with their problems alone. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's great. So you told us some story about your life, and actually, I would like to ask you a first question. What were your first impressions when you came to Poland, when you arrived in Poland?
Oh, my first impression was, in general, I was very inspired by the opportunity to study at the one of prestigious university in Europe. And I was preparing to coming to Poland. I learned history, I learned geography, cuisine, culture. So I was very, inspired to discover this country. Moreover, I have a Polish blood, let's say like this, because almost all my family are Polish, but born in Ukraine. It was previously the territory of obojga narodów, like I don't know in English how to say.
Me neither.
But you understood. It's
Yeah.
main important. So I was inspired, and I discovered Poland for me in practice, not already theoretically, but in practice. And I was impressed by educational system, because when I was studying in Ukraine, my first education in Zhytomyr University, so I experienced not very good treating by teachers, I mean doctors of science or professors, because mostly it was generation of Soviet Union teachers, and it was like, if you know what I mean, according to Makarenko, you don't know. Oh, you're very happy if you don't know this guy, because it was not very good system for education when a teacher feel himself like, oh, I am king and you're students, so you are a priori asshole. Now it's different. I know it's different because I graduated my first university at 2002, something like this, 22 years ago. Could you imagine? So it was different time, and when I came to Poland, and it's very nice feeling when some doctor of science came to the classroom, sit on a table, and tell you, hi, I'm Tomek, I will teach you economy. So it was very friendly, and they asked us about our opinion, and they listened to our opinion, and we were important for all of them. So for me, it was very nice, and in general, I was really sincerely appreciated for opportunity to study, because in Ukrainian, if you have one high education, you can't study for free anymore. So it was for me really very, I was happy, let's say like this. It was hard because I left in Ukraine everything what I had. I was top manager on a television. I played in theaters, main roles, and I had a lot of friends. And when I came, I was no one here. No one helped me on my way, so I studied and I worked.
Okay. Thank you. And Mariia, what was your first impression when you arrived in Poland?
Well, it's a bit of a hard question because I arrived in Poland at, I don't know, it was 14th of March 2022. So my impressions were very war defined, because I came from Kharkiv, and it was a time when in Ukraine life kind of stopped. It was pretty vacuumed, and when I came to Poland, all my thoughts were in Ukraine, and like all my thoughts were in war. So for me, it was a huge dissonance that Poland is, free, like free, well, everyone is well, and people are thinking about their lives and not about war. So that was my first impressions. It was very, it was very hard to think about something else when you kind of like leave your life behind, because I represent refugees here. I cannot forget this, despite that my life is a bit calmer now, but still all my family is in Kharkiv. So like when you come strictly from war, and I don't even speak about people from Mariupol, from those destroyed cities who saw very, very hard things. But I came from Kharkiv, and it's hard to accept that like people in other countries, they do not like they do not feel this way. They do not have the need to, to grieve, to express anger, to like I had all those feelings at once, and it was hard to talk to normal people, if you know what I mean. So my my first impression was kind of that I was shocked that life can still go on. But then people were like most people were really kind to me, and I was very, very touched by the help that Polish people gave to Ukrainians, like starting with situation on border and on stations and everywhere. I was very touched by it, and it was shocking for me. So yeah, my first impression that was that, I was shocked that you helped so much, and I felt this huge dissonance, but I felt safe with like people that were surrounding me at the time.
Okay. So, like as you said, like people were very nice and very friendly and gave you like a lot of help. Yuliia also said like people were friendly, and also like this starting life in Poland was also full of opportunities. So we know how it was, and now actually how it's going. What are your impressions now?
Well, obviously that things took other forms, I would say, because at the beginning there were a lot of financial help and like this minute help, the things that people just needed right away. And right now, I think it just took another form. I know that there are a lot of projects that are made for Ukrainian refugees, Ukrainian kids, young people, and also adults to integrate into Polish society. I myself study right now at theater Academy of Theatrical Arts, and I study for free, and it's a huge opportunity for me because of this program. So I think, you know, some things you cannot see on the first, like on the first side, for example, that we don't have this help for refugees like in other countries, but I really think that this projects and programs for Ukrainians can make even more than, for example, like monthly allowance, like in France, because it's really important, and I can feel it that Poland is right now is like has this huge like speed of development, and Ukrainians are like becoming a part of it, a part of this direction forward. So I really feel it being in this academic like society right now. I can really tell that it's working, and it's really good.
Okay, thank you. Yuliia? Yeah.
The same questions. What I can say, if we are talking about the beginning of the full-scale war in Ukraine, so everything changed, you know, because I felt guilty that I'm here, not there. I tried to help more people, but I couldn't, because in a day, just 24 hours, I'd like to shelter more people, but in my flat, not a lot of place. All the time, a lot of things in my head. And mostly it was like why I am here, not there. If we are talking about life in Poland in general and my personal situation, it's also changed concerning to work situation, changed attitude of local people a bit. Situation with accommodation also started to be worse because a lot of people came. Prices for accommodation also rised. Last year I stayed without a job, but it's because I guess in general economic situation in the world changed, because a lot of firms started to left Poland, how I understood, because in my corporation I was reduced with almost 40 people at the same time, and it's continue still. So last year I was almost 7 months unemployed after I was working, and now I'm again unemployed. So yeah, it's difficult. A lot of people came, and people need work, and Actually, thanks to this fact, Polish economy rised dramatically last few years, and so I don't know. Should I tell something concrete about these changes, or just in general? Because it's long talk. If so.
Okay. Well, if you would like to share it with us, of course.
We meet in order to share not just positive experience, right, but also negative. I don't know why, but it's hard to say. When I was looking for a flat, I discovered that landlords started to require some special agreement with Ukrainians. I don't remember the title of this, but it meant like you had to have zameldowanie. Możecie podpowiedzieć?
Accommodation?
Nie, zameldowanie, że masz meldunek.
It's like official registration in
Yes,
some
yes.
apartments.
So some owners of flats, they required this document about the official registration to some, some house, some family, in order to allow you to rent this house. But it's strange logic if person has some registration, so they don't need to rent something, right? But it's like something unreal. And also when I was looking for first, I was writing a message to the landlords, and after we talked by phone, right? When I was writing my messages, I graduated from university, I write well, so they didn't recognize that I'm not Polish, right? But when I start to talk, I have an accent, and some owners ask me, "Are you Ukrainian?" And I honestly told yes, and some of them was like, "Oh no, goodbye, oh no, goodbye." So some guy was screaming on me by phone. I don't know the reason, but yeah, I had some experience like this. Some people also expressed that they are not happy that a lot of Ukrainians came, and in such situation, I understand that I work here, I pay taxes, I behavior normal, and before I came to Poland, I learned history of this country, language, culture. I respect all of this, but should I explain this angry person all of this on the street? No, I just keep silent and try don't listen to this. Also, when I met some guys, some men, I had twice such situation, like, are you Ukrainian? Yes. Oh, nie, no to pozdro. So I was shocked. In my veins, I also have a blood, and the same like previously in my home country, pay taxes and do something for development of culture. I organize some culture events which integrate people in Krakow, not just Polish and Ukrainian, but also other nationalities. And for me, it's a bit hard to feel some such treating of me. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I experienced in Poland just something bad. I met a lot of nice people in university and in the life at work and outside of work or university. But also I had also situation when I posted some stories. I don't post something personal in Instagram or Facebook last 3 years. It's just something concerning to Ukrainian situation, to this war, to support people, to tell my subscribers, because I have friends from different countries. So I posted something. It was video with Polish guy who were talking about this situation when harvest crops was like on the border. Help me how to explain the situation. I don't want to sound like I'm against to Polish people, and I don't want to talk about politic or geopolitic questions, but it was concerning to this when Ukrainian harvesting crops was like destroying on the Polish-Ukrainian border. And on the video, this guy told something to define Ukrainians. And I posted this video, and my ex-classmate started to attack me all the time in private. That Yuliia, I have enough of your stories, and like my father is a farmer, and he is on a border, and probably he was participant in this action. And yeah, she was attacked me. I finished to respond to her in Instagram. She started to write me on Facebook. I blocked her, and but yeah, the messages was like this, and with some offending me. So yeah, there was some situation like this, but at the same time, a lot of people support, like just even with talking, with expressing understanding of situation. So something like this.
these were actually like really hard situations. So some things changed for worse. And Krzysztof, how do you think how it impacts mental health of refugees? These things that changed.
Well, at first, Yulia, about your situation, I think people in the internet forget that even if we disagree in many topics, political, economic, social topics, we shouldn't act like animals. Even if guy or a girl don't like your videos, your posts, he shouldn't act like that. I talk about this because many people said something like, "Well, I was angry, I was shouting, I was insulting, but I was right." Yeah, I was thinking I was right. The fact that you think you are right don't give you power to insult people. And people in internet unfortunately forgot about that, and they think they can insult if they think they are right. They don't have to be right. It's the worst part of it, that even if they think, they still don't have to behave like animals. And about mm, mental health, about trauma, if we are talking about life of refugees, well, the consequences of trauma and uncertainty are enormous. Looking for in many cases, looking for employment, building relationships, willing to take a risk, seeking stability at all costs, recognizing your emotions, controlling your emotions. Virtually every aspect of our lives can be marked by trauma. If we don't have mm, healthcare, good healthcare, that will mark our life. In worst case scenario, I will said, we can lock ourselves at homes if we got this. We can be aggressive. We can be apathic. Worst of all, we can pass on our trauma to the future generations. Polish grandfathers and grandmothers give trauma about Second World War to its kids, and this generation gives this trauma to next generation. We got 2024 year, and we just now are working through trauma from Second World War. So the most important thing is to stop this trauma on our generations. That will be very hard to do, but I think the worst thing what can happen in our society is to pass on trauma of our generation.
And I hope this trauma won't be our case and curse, like the case of the curse this time. So thank you very much. And I would like to change the topic a bit. and ask Yuliia and Mariia about stereotypes, because actually what Yuliia said before about some situations that happened, it clearly says something that people have stereotypes about Ukrainians. So what are actually like the most common stereotypes Poles hold about Ukrainians and vice versa? What do you think?
Марія?
Tak, ja myślę, że ja jakby potrzebuję też powiedzieć, że na przykład ze mną zdarzały się takie sytuacje, które Julia opisywała tutaj i dla siebie w takich sytuacjach ja zawsze wybierałam pozycję, że jakby te ludzie są trochę jakby nieświadomie sytuacji i jakichś bardziej głębokich rzeczy, na przykład o których też mówiła Julia, że ekonomika kraju, jakby ekonomika polskiej tylko wygrywa od ilości ludzi, którzy przybywają z Ukrainy i właśnie od tego, że Ukraińcy też tutaj zaczynają swoją działalność i dają pracę innym ludziom i nie tylko jakby zabierają pracę, że takie pojęcie jak zabierać u kogoś pracę, ono jest w ogóle no, takie trochę abstrakcyjne, tak, bo po prostu też stwarzają, jest więcej potrzeby i więcej miejsc pracy. No, ale to tak do przeszłego tematu, do tego tematu.
Sorry, may I interrupt you? May I interrupt you? Sorry, because actually we should speak in English, so...
Sorry.
No worries.
It's normal thing when you
you live in so many languages.
3 languages
Yeah.
all the time. It switches automatically.
It's good that I haven't switched to Ukrainian, you know, because I'm right now I'm in my school at academia, and my brain is working this way that like I'm speaking Polish all the time here, so I just automatically go this way. But yeah, I think this stereotype that Ukrainians just, you know, come to take something, it's like a very it's a very destructive stereotype that has nothing to do with true situation. And I think we also have some stereotypes about Polish people. For example, I noticed that you know, Ukrainians say that like we about the communication, that when I talk to Ukrainians, they happen to say that Polish people, for example, have some like kind of communication that they don't say everything to your face, that they cannot say no to your face. They just like they will like avoid conflict, and Ukrainians are very like straightforward, and we just say everything. And you can kind of notice this in the communication. And I think it also like triggers something, because when Polish people meet Ukrainians who just happen to be like very strict and, you know, like talk about everything, because we have something in our culture that we always talk about everything, like everyone like dislike, I don't know, the president, the government, everyone, we just like and we like to tell things to like to the face, and it can shock people sometimes. So I think this difference in communication can like lead to some misunderstanding, that Polish people think that Ukrainians are like hamski, how you can say this, very like, I don't know.
Rude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rude, because the culture of communication is a bit different, and Ukrainians tend to think that, you know, Polish people are a bit sneaky, that you hide something, that you cannot tell everything. And I noticed, like when I started to work more with Polish people, I kind of got used to this paradigm. But also I study like I around actors who are also very emotional and straightforward. So it's a bit better. But I noticed this, for example, when I asked for a job, then I haven't received no, I haven't received any answer or something like this. This kind of like you don't see these situations in Ukraine too often because Ukrainians are very strict. So this can lead to some troubles.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm sorry, I'm smiling because this is so true. We Polish people can't say no. If you ask us, for example, can we go for a dinner, family dinner, for example, we will say, "Oh, I've got a lot of work. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I will call you back. Maybe tomorrow I will call you back." We gonna
maybe I will
say
never call you back. Yeah.
we're gonna say everything just not to say no. I can't. I don't want. Oh my God! I don't want. Not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
so maybe this stereotype is a bit true.
It's true.
And
Absolutely
It's true
true.
for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also experienced something like this, but from the very beginning, I didn't understand because I'm honest, and I agree that we are more sincere, but it's. I don't consider it as a disadvantage because it's advantage in general because we don't keep something for us. We just tell things what they are, in good intention. And when I try to develop some relationship with my classmates, with my colleague when I worked. I wanted to speak Polish language more, and I see these people express some interest for my person, and they say, "Oh, nice, let's meet one day on a coffee or something." And when I propose, let's go to the coffee or to the cinema or something, they tell, "No, oh no, I can't, but write me one day, we will for sure, we will go." And it repeated few times because I really believed people that she or he can't just this evening or day, but next time she will have some possibility to go. And I was too naive.
It's true. It's true. We like
It's
to
totally
have
true.
open conversations, open plans. 100% true.
Yeah. This always this one day we'll meet. One day
Like,
it will happen. Yeah.
yeah,
one
we
day.
have to meet. We have to meet.
I mean, about stereotypes also. I happen to notice this, this conflict with Polish people, like to Ukrainian people, that Ukrainian people, they start, to take their, to take clients, to take everything for themselves. Those about also the workplaces, this thing. And I think it also like comes with some kind of situation that we are in right now, because Polish people say that they are like have culture of zapierdalania. Przepraszam.
Work as
Working
like hell.
hard.
Working hard. And Ukrainian people who came, especially refugees, who came with a huge feeling of like unsafety. They have this thing that like they work twice as hard. And this is normal because like we feel this, that we have to fight for our lives. Our safety was disturbed, if you can. So this feeling just pushes Ukrainians to work even harder. And then I see those posts on Facebook that, oh my God, like, can you see those Ukrainians? What have they done? They opened like some kind of, I don't know, coffee shop right against mine. How can you do this? This is like awful. And this feeling of concurrencia, how you can say this,
competition,
Same.
right?
competition,
Competition.
competition. I think that it also, it can lead to conflict a lot, that it can, like Polish people, they were living in some kind of stable society, and then this goes, and like those Ukrainians, what are they doing there? Everywhere, and it can naturally lead to this like unbalanced situation. But you know, I think it's important to remember that it's a really healthy society when you have when you have this competition, when you have like, when you don't have monopoly, when you have this this neighbor who just keeps pushing you up. And I think this is something that we kind of have in common, but Ukrainians showed that, you know, you can zapierdalać even more. And you know, I kind of feel that it can be our something in common, because, for example, I was talking to this guy from Germany who told me that I told him that I live in Poland now, and he told me something. Oh, Poland! So it's a new Germany right now. I heard that it's going to be a new Germany, and I was like, I'm not a big fan of Germany, so, like with their way of life.
New Germany? From which year?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
A good question. But I think, like, you know, the level of life, and I really appreciate that Poland is open for this new things to happen, because I know, for example, my colleagues that work in Germany in my industry, as in theater or art area, they happen to notice that they are very, very stable, like they're very like calm, you know, that it takes time to move something, to do something. And in Poland, things are like very alive right now, and Ukrainians brought more life to this because competition started, and some kind of like new narratives, everything came, and this life kind of boiling right now. So I feel that like I myself feel very, very good in such environment. So I'm not the calm type of person. So I really do appreciate this, and I think that, you know, those conflicts can be positive sometimes if they do not go into the, you know, like violence or aggressive behavior, and it just pushes us to develop and to do more.
Sure.
If I may say something about that, interesting thing about stereotype about Ukrainians, they took our jobs, is that deep down, Polish people thinks about Ukrainians, they are very, very good employees. Polish entrepreneur, when have Ukrainian person in work, he thinks for that guy is nothing impossible. This guy gonna learn anything, do anything. He gonna be on the time. He gonna do that work by any means necessary. And Polish entrepreneurs think bad about Ukrainian people. Well, that's why a lot of I would say workers don't like, because you have two options. You have option A, you are adapting, you are learning, you are better, because this is competition. Option B, I can hate, I can attack. Mm, there was, I think, Polish saying, if you want to hit, you will find the stick. So I can find um, mm, I can find słabość po angielsku.
Weakness.
Weakness. I can find weakness in myself and adapt, or I can just attack any other person.
Okay, so it's fear that stands behind this.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so when it comes to stereotypes, Krzysztof, what do you think, how it impacts mental health? These kind of stereotypes, positive and negative.
How stereotypes impact mental health? It's make frustration. It's make at most frustration and anxiety. We fear of other people, if this is a bad stereotype, or we are hopeful too much if it's a good stereotype. But most of all, if you want to quit stereotypes, you have to keep talking. People have stereotypes because they guard up. They want to defend themselves, and it's a psychological mechanism why we have stereotypes. If we want stereotypes to go away, we don't have to shout to people, lower your guard. It doesn't work. We just have to keep talking, keep listening each other, and from time to time, we just gonna let our guard down and gonna see, hey, these people are pretty good. I like them. It's just like that. We can't force it.
Okay, so it's just like opening up, right, to bring people closer.
It's not easy. I know it's not easy, but
It's
it's
not
working.
easy at first.
About the stereotypes, there is some stereotype which I didn't know before coming to Poland, but I understood it during my living here. I mean that Polish people considered Ukrainians before like. Let's go back historically, how a lot of Ukrainians came to Poland because they wanted to earn some money because Poland was already in European Union and was more rich country than Ukraine, and people started to go abroad to earn money. So some educated people had possibility, start money to go to German, Great Britain, United States, or I don't know, France, whatever. But people less, let's say, who were more poor and not such educated, who could just work on buildings, to collect some, I don't know, some berries or something. So they came to Poland because they didn't know some languages, and by mistake they considered Polish language like almost like Ukrainian, and such people. Looking at such people, Polish decided about all of Ukrainians, so that it's not educated people, naive, hardworking. It's true, hardworking people, but I mean that like Polish people who worked somewhere not in the university, they speak in other way. They behavior a little bit another way than professor in university or some, you know what I mean. The same
Just
in
like
Ukraine.
London people think Polish people are only for dishwashing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why Germans think that Ukrainian very smart people, because all of doctors from Ukraine went to German. So they considered Ukrainians as a very smart people, So this stereotype I felt on myself when I came, because I left in Ukraine my very nice job position, my theater, and I came to Poland. For your understanding, I was studying during the day, and at night I was working in some bars, restaurants. I did some black dirty works, like dishwashing or work as a waitress. So people treat me like, you know so I came from third how to say from third world country, so that they treat me like a person from third world country. Later, step by step, when everyone started to talk with me, to communicate, they start to change their opinion about me, because I just was myself, and communicated in such level how I communicate. I express my abilities, some talents, hard working, like I was team player everywhere. So they evaluated, let's say like this. But yeah, I felt this stereotype. And even in at the university, when I had very nice communication with everyone, and I was treated well, but was some situation, like for example, one guy told, like we were talking about trains, me, two Belarusian classmates, and all Polish students, and Belarusian girls told, like, in our country the train don't like don't be late. And in Ukraine as well, it's every time, always on time. Just in some special situation, it could be late, but in general, everything all on time. And some guy, partly as a joke, but the root of this joke I understood. He told like, "Oh, you have trains in your country."
Oh, so funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I felt like I'm person from third world country, and yeah, during years I had to break this wall.
Okay, so
sorry,
yeah.
I have to go, unfortunately, because I told that I need to go a bit earlier because I have rehearsal right now. I also wanted to add like to the stereotype about third world countries that I think it's you know, like kind of those really sad stuff like information about Ukraine, you know, like before 2014, half of the world, or maybe even more than half of the world, thought that Ukraine is Russia. So we cannot like break this wall in one day. So I think, and it's normally, unfortunately, it's normally, and I myself, like, I felt angry when I heard something like this from Polish people who kind of like share some kind of fight with Russia and Soviet Union with us. Like we have not similar, you know, but like some parts of our history are kind of like similar, yeah. So we fought for our language, for our culture, and it's a pity to hear something like this from young Poland people that I also experienced that, you know, Ukrainian is like Russian language. Ukrainian is just like, it came from Russian language. For your information, Ukrainian language was long before Russian language. So yeah, it's obviously it's a pity, but you know, we also have to understand that it's a normal way of life, and we kind of like we can answer with some kind of aggression or hate, but it doesn't make sense. Or we can do something to develop our culture in Ukraine and out of Ukraine, you know, because the thing is, we like immigrants will always, I know we have like a diaspora in Poland, and it's really great to see some kind of place that were like with Ukrainian texts with Ukrainian place, you know, in theaters, or Ukrainian books that are published in Polish language or in Ukrainian language, but for immigrants and or from immigrants. It's really nice, and it's great that I met a lot of Polish people who want to integrate Ukrainians into their culture, and who are really interested in our culture as well. You know, like as long as we just treat each other with respect and treat the country that we live in with respect, that, you know, it's just normal. So I really thank you guys for an interesting discussion. Unfortunately, need to go. Actors are waiting. So thank you so
you,
much.
Mariia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so actually, like, we're heading to the end, and I wanted to ask if there is anyone who has a question from a chat, maybe. Let's check if there is any question.
Well, if I may, about that stereotype that Ukrainians are much poorer, poor or not educated compared to Polish people, that actually historical indoctrination that we had about past 50 years from 1940 to 1990. The Russian government made Polish books about history, about Polish culture, and for 50 years we learn the lie about Europe, about Polish people, about Ukrainians, about the whole world. Just after, before war, when we got, for example, from German government, Otto von Bismarck. Otto von Bismarck made in Polish schools, history of Polish schools, he made the knowledge about Polish people are worse than German people. And Polish people believed that for 70 years. Today, we believe, many elders believe that Polish people are worse than German people, and that was 120 years ago. So Russian government made indoctrination about Polish people are worse, Ukrainians are much worse, only Russian peoples are magnificent. And we are believing that to this day. For example, look what was on the moment when war started. We was believing that Russian army is unbeatable because we had knowledge from Second World War. That was 70, 90 years ago, and we still believed that. The whole world thought the Ukrainian gonna lose for about 48 hours. We got, I don't know, 1,000 plus day about aggression, yeah?
I'm not surprised because from my first year in Poland, I remember a situation when some guy told me, but what are you talking? But Ukrainian will not exist soon. Just accept this fact. That's all. Or someone told me that, but in Putin place, I would also attack Ukraine because American, like could attack Russian. It was worse, and also it's also something which hurts that you mentioned war. That it started in 2022. It's not like this. It started from 2014.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And
yes,
we forgot about that. We don't speak about that. We forgot about that.
You forgot, but all of these years, our people were dying. Our cities was destroying. This war began to be full scale in 2022, but in general, it started from annexion. Crimea and from the war on the Donbass. All of this time, people were dying, and Europe didn't remember all of this. And now also, first year, every social media and television from every country, I guess, were speaking about Ukrainian war, and now it's people forget. My friends told me that during the traveling, she got to know with some people, and she told that she's from Ukraine, and they ask, is there still war? Is it finished? Or, people even don't understand. But Ukraine, you could take a look on a map. It's like half of Europe country. And
Yes.
our border, we defined not just Ukrainian border, it's border of Europe. But fighting just Ukrainians. But after us will be you, unfortunately, but it's true.
Yeah, I totally agree. But guys, we have some interesting questions on the chat. So if you may, I will read. Do you think the issue is in Polish not wanting to accept Ukrainians, or Ukrainians spending time only with each other? I think it's about stereotypes. Yeah.
But I can tell just about me. How I told before, I want actually now also to develop my relations, social connections with Polish people. I so regret that I don't use a lot Polish language. And for me, it's very interesting to get to know Polish people. But how I told, let's meet for the coffee. Oh, maybe next time. And it was situation not just with one person. It was with a lot of people. That's why I conclude that probably it's some, tendency because how to explain this, I don't judge Polish people, but at the same time I'm open, and in general I could say that Ukrainians are more open, yeah, and sincere. But at the same time, some people keep spending time with this Ukrainian community, in particular refugees, but the reason is language, because they don't know Polish language, I guess. But people who knows Polish language, no problem.
I have the same perception. People who know language, they say, "Okay, let's communicate, let's integrate." But many, I would say, elders who don't know any other language have this disadvantage.
But you know what I want to say? When I came to Poland, my first year here, I passed C1 language exam. C1 when I came to Poland. But I couldn't speak. I had a huge language barrier. Even with knowledge in C1 level Polish language, and I couldn't speak. First year in university, I just shy to talk. I had a lot of things to tell, to discuss on our classes, but I couldn't. I really had a huge barrier. So I just could imagine what feel some grandma who used to live just in Ukraine all of life. Moreover, some of them just live in the same village or city, and now they should to run away from the war to another country, and it's big stress. It's big stress. It's huge stress. We are young people. we used to travel, we used to visit new places, used to see different people around, but they are not. For them, a new country is like something, something scary, I don't know. And it's different generation if we are talking about older people. They are not such flexible to adapt like we are, more young people. I say we are, but I'm almost 40. Sorry, but I could imagine how they are feel. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Another question is, maybe if you can say something about communicating to the Polish public about the issue of refugees' mental health, especially if social media can be useful for such a purpose.
Is a question for to Krzysiek?
I guess so. Or maybe to me, I don't know.
Because he is
Who shall start?
About mental health, if we can
Yeah.
speak about mental health in
in public, about the issue of refugees and mental health. Yeah.
I think yes, because people don't understand what is trauma from war. People really don't know that, because for example, when I hear the name of city Kharkov, the name of city Mariupol, I see the war zone. And when you said you are from Kharkov, in my mind, just in that moment, not before, just in that moment, I think about, that war zone, that place. It's not movie for you. It's not just thing from the internet. You saw that streets, you saw that buildings, and in general, we people don't understand that feeling. We could say that we are compassion. We could say we want to understand, but in truly we really don't. I have a little experience about publishing books. My really good friend published books in Ukraine, and he was speaking with his redactor, editor, and one day editor said, sorry, I didn't reply for your email for about 3 days. I was in the bunker. I was in the underground bunker. And for us, it's just like from sci-fi movie, telling something like that. It's I was in the fucking underground bunker. It was like saying, I can't talk to you because I'm in the middle of the shootout. We don't understand that, and my friend and I, when we hear that, we was speechless. We know that's war, just like there.
Yeah, for
We
you
know
it's
that,
something
and
abstract.
it's
Like,
something totally
from
abstract
movies
from people. Yes.
Yeah, but there are also such moments, like some moment, but it's already something which could impress so much. For example, when you hear this alarm, and you have some plan. You came home, you bought some food, and you're hungry, and you want to prepare food and to eat finally because you are so hungry. But now you hear this alarm, and you have to go down to this bunker, and you have to spend there not less than 3 hours. You're hungry, and in the bunker it's cold. You're hungry in cold place without some mobile signals, so it's mostly dark, but now it's become to be more comfortable, such bunkers, but still. So even this, or you in Poland, you used to spend as much as you wish time outside of your home, right? But in Ukraine, when you are outside, and it starts to be this limited time, how to say, like quarantine.
Police hour?
Yes, when you have to left street and came home and shut your
Windows?
windows. Uh, yeah, and the taxists, the richest people in Ukraine, in these hot hours before 11 in the evening, because it starts to be how did you say, police hours?
Yeah. Okay. Krzysztof, would you like to add something, or?
What can I add about it? I think that these true stories just help people understand the situation, because when we see war in media, in evening news, we don't see people, we see statistic.
True. Yeah.
Okay. I am not at work now. Sorry, I would like to add something important about this fact that you see just statistic. Even for me, for person who all the time in the topic, I read all news, I listen or all smart analytics, or also statistic. I'm in contact with my relatives, and this also moment. Could you imagine, you called your mother, I don't know, maybe every day, right? And it's also some advantage to call your relatives and to wait every of these add to your feelings this tremor, because you don't know will she or he take a phone. It's horrible. I just tell you this not to, not to...
We don't think about it. It's horrible that we can't.
I just want to, how I understood, some people listen to us. This video maybe will be shared on some social media. I wish Polish people will watch it and will understand that we are appreciated for hospitality, for helping us, and for giving us possibility to live here now in peace. But at the same time, there is some problems, but it's not because Polish people bad and Ukrainians are good. No, it's not about this. It's just about some misunderstanding. And I just try to explain some specific situation in order to, to give Polish people to understand us, because we are not against you. We just try to survive. That's all. Because our country, it's not just I don't know, breaking borders. They want to destroy us as a nationality, as a people. It's not about territory even. However, they have some empire ambitions, but in general, they just want to destroy us as a nationality. They want to stole our history, tell that Ukrainian language doesn't exist, that but in general, they have Dostoevsky, right? Very famous in the whole the world. But I wonder how many Dostoevsky Ukraine could have in case if Russia uh, didn't kill our intelligence, poets, writers, a lot of people, politicians, they was repressed, they was killed in a prison. It's and also we experienced this Holodomor. I don't know in English, but it was
The Great Hunger.
The Great Hunger.
Great Hunger, yeah. It was artificial because Ukrainian territory is a very rich earth, like so we experienced a lot from our neighbor, this south one, who want to destroy us during the centuries. So so we are not against you. We are together with you, and we are appreciate, but we feel some complications. That's why we try to talk.
Okay. And I think we are running out of time. Well, we have still some questions, but I think we won't have time to answer them, unfortunately. So, like, just to sum up, would you like to say something else, like at the end of the discussion? Would you like to add something?
I would like to say thank you very much for your time, because even for me that was really a mind-blowing conversation. I would say my horizon is much bigger now, and for something a little bit funny, a little bit sour for the end, I would say maybe Polish and Ukrainians have some spaces where we don't like each other, for example, but the hatred for Russians for now is so
We
much
have something common,
more.
right?
Yes, and we Polish people are very very aggressive in when someone attack another person. For example, we Polish have that culture. I may not like you, but when you are on my land and someone threatens you, I gonna defend you with all my life, because we in Poland we would say maybe you are how to say that, not insulting, but we would say maybe he is a douche, but this is my douche, and we're gonna defend our guy for our lives. So even if we have something to talk about, still we're gonna integrate in the fight with common enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I have to tell something to Ukrainian refugees, so I would say that be appreciated to Polish people, to Poland in general, for everything they did for you, for us. For people who plan to stay in Poland, I would like to say learn language, please, because it's important. And yeah, respect culture and history. And let's be together in order to be stronger.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So thank you,
Thank
guys. Before you go, I'd like to leave you with some last words from us on behalf of Varsztatovnia. So thank you, everyone, for being with us today, guys. It's been a privilege to share this space with you, and thank you for all the insights and experiences you shared with us. So just to remind everyone, our speakers were Michalina Tańska, Krzysztof Piersa, Mariia Bakumenko, and Yuliia Savytska. So today we've explored the cultural differences between the Polish and Ukrainian, but I also hope that we can also learn from this how to be more enriched by those differences rather than letting them divide us. And I think it was really valuable that we could learn the different perspectives of people really affected by this firsthand. And finally, I'd like to also remind you about the Inspire project, which is an initiative dedicated to fostering emotional well-being and social resilience through art and culture in Europe. You can learn more about this project and follow another events like this on Varsztatovnia's blog and the project website, which is inspireplatform.eu. So thank you for joining us today and see you on the upcoming events.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you.